Yo, what's going on, guys? It's the Casual Cube here, and I'm gonna kind of showcase the two decks I'm gonna be rocking for the first maybe couple weeks, maybe few weeks of new standard for Guilds of Ravnica. Now everyone's out, trying to scramble and get all the new Guilds of Ravnica cards. So a lot of them are spiking. Some of them still have to adjust. Some of them might spike after the next, tournament results or whatever. So, it's just you got to play the economy by ear, but. For now, I'm kind of challenging myself with this little mini game that I'm doing. Is I kind of want to build a monocolored deck for each of the colors and bring it to a Friday Night Magic and try my best and just see how I do. Of course, you got to play maybe a month's worth of FNMs to get because I'm not playing on MTG Go. I'm playing strictly Paper Magic. I'm not playing MTG Arena. I'm not getting any of my reps in that way. I'm just going straight into Friday Night Magic. But with that being said, of course you got to play more games over the course of a month to really see how a deck pans out. But for the most part, I think you could definitely get away with some really, really affordable budget builds. Upwards to sub $20. I don't think either of these have broken 20 bucks. Either of these decks are really, really affordable. This one is the Mono Black deck by StrictlyBetterMTG, and I saw it played on StrictlyBetterMTG, which is an awesome YouTube channel because he actually plays the decks that Dev makes. So it's fun to see these piloted. But the reason why I really like this deck is because it has an interesting dynamic of trying to win. And I didn't get the attack trigger vampire, the one that's a 1/2 and every time it attacks it deals 1 damage. I think the Diregraph Ghoul with the 2 power is more consistent if you need to trade or be a little bit more defensive. But I got the Tattered Mummies in here. I was actually really impressed by just how to incorporate this card into this deck because I thought this card was unplayable. It's a 1/2 for 2 mana, but the fact that it does burn and that's the overall synergy of the deck, it just pans out really well. And I actually got these from the M19 Planeswalker deck from Liliana the Necromancer, which I actually, surprise, surprise, she's in here. So yeah, this is a very, very affordable deck. Some Skymarch Bloodletters. If you really want to buff with the power, I think you can get Dreadshades, and I might try that. I might throw in a Dreadshade or two. It doesn't have the evasion, but you can pump up the Dreadshades. So, but then again, it doesn't have that passive burn. So maybe it's not a good idea to stray away from that because previously when I went to a standard showdown, which I got my first foil land, I only got 1 pack. I just placed, but it was a great experience because I played with the deck and I was playing with the previous rotation, so I had the Glint Sleeve Siphoners, and I tried a different approach, just kind of make it more aggro. While still keeping some of this life gain or burn synergy, and it did pretty well, especially with all the control spells. Like I had a couple of Walk the Planks, I had more Chupacabras, I think. Oh no, I have all my Chupacabras. I just threw in the Dead Weights in here. I think it's going to be a good spell for all the removal, for all the aggro decks that are possibly going to be coming. I think StrictlyBetterMTG plays with 4 of Arterial Flows. I'm only going to play with 2, I think. We do have some Vampire Synergy, and we're missing the 1-drop Vampire, but overall, it's just a great, affordable, budget build. I think it's just going to be a decent, consistent burn strategy that I want to just see how it pans out early in the meta. I don't think a lot of people are going to be anticipating Mono Black. And my sideboard is where things get really interesting because, right now I just have a basic removal suite. I'm hedging just having 1 Golden Demise, but I anticipate there's going to be a lot of token stuff. The Arterial Flows, I just think, is a good card because it does have that burn and it's a 2 for 1. So Price of Fame I threw in here. This is from the Guild of Ravnica. I opened in a pack, and I think it's just a great card. Solid piece of removal. The Chainer's Torments, which can create a big giant dude. And then here's Liliana, which at Standard Showdown actually panned out really well because I was able to use her to recur Ravenous Chupacabra 3 times in 1 game, which was very memorable. So And then, you know, 3 Memorial to Follies. I think I'm playing with 23 lands. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 23. So, yeah, that's mono black. Here's a sideboard. Just, you know, pretty basic sideboard, 4 Duresses, 1 Walk the Plank, and an extra gold Demise, 1 Demon of Catastrophes. I think would be really clutch against green decks. They won't anticipate it, so maybe I can outrace them. 2 Raiders Wakes for control decks. 3 Phyrexian Scriptures. It's reliant on having a target creature. You don't want to be putting it on your opponent's creature, but you'd rather have something that you have on the board. Like it can buff. There's not going to be a lot of non-artifact creatures, I don't think, because I mean artifact creatures, because you know, there's not like Scrap Heap Scroungers and, you know, all of the past rotations out of the way, so it's going to be more meaty things. So this should be a way more efficient board wipe, because it just destroys all creatures, all non-artifact creatures. And I threw in 3 Eldest Reborns. I think all 4 is a little bit too much, and it's mainly against, you know, Teferis. If I can nab one of their Teferis, they drop it, and then boom, I immediately cast this. It's kind of my response. So, you know, that's my sideboard for now. So I also have mono red, and my mono red list is definitely not, you know, what you would see probably at like a Grand Prix or whatever, or you know, on an MTG Go or MTG Arena, because it's just kind of a bunch of stuff jumbled together. So I got 1 Goblin Banneret that I opened from a pack from Guilds Ravnica, 4 Get 2 Lava Runners, 4 Fanatical Firebrands, no, 3 Daring Buccaneers, yeah. So this one is Reliant. It's a 1 mana 2/2, but you have to reveal a pirate card. So, you know, you got the Fanatical Firebrands. I'm only playing with 3 because I don't have all pirates, but, you know, I should be able to hit it for the most part. You know, I got 2 Rigging Runners, only got 2. I didn't want to play with all 4 because it's so reliant on you attacking. 4 Viashino Pyromancers, just a solid burn. 3 Stormfleet Swashbucklers, and this one is kind of scalable towards the late game, but that's not really why I'm playing with it. It's mainly for another trigger or you know, requirement. You know, I have maybe this in hand along with Daring Buccaneer. Just want to increase my odds, kind of flood the board with wizards and pirates. So 2 Piston Fist Cyclops. These are brand new from the Guilds Ravnica set. I just think it's you know, I could play with Gutter Snipe, but I just think this is so threatening that they're gonna, you know, maybe panic, maybe burn a removal on it. So, and also if you can just, of course, you know, zap somebody or clear the way, hit for 4, along with the overall red burn strategy, it's gonna be fun playing with this card, I think. And I only got 1 Goblin Chainwhirler because I just opened 1 from a pack, and yeah, just decided to throw them in here. And 1 Charging Moshasar because, why not? Maybe Demanding Dragon's probably better, but I don't know, just one of. I don't have a Demanding Dragon, by the way. I just have 1 Charging Moshasar, and just decided to throw a spicy, you know, 5-drop in here. Just, you know, just have 1 of. Even though I'm playing with Flame of Kelds, which is hilarious, but 4 Shocks, 1 Sheevan Fire, 4 Lightning Strikes, 1 Sure Strike, oops, 3 Flame of Kelds, 1 Direct Current, and 2 Repeating Barrages. I probably should be playing with my Wizard Lightning. It's in my cube at the moment, but these are kind of like the budget builds. I just opened this, and, you know, these are pretty, I mean, it's a recursion, you know, if you can attack after 5 mana, but I don't know, it's pretty pricey. But it is recursion, so if I need to discard it for Flame of Keld or something, I don't know. But that is my mono red. I'm playing with 19 lands. So that's my mono red. I don't think I'm going to be playing this unless I see the Turbo Fog player. But, you know, chances are he might not even be playing Turbo Fog, but, yeah, I think I'm going to be playing mono black, most definitely, in my first Friday Night Magic, just because it's a solid mid-range, you know, deck, and also, I just think it's kind of fun. I want to play around with a little bit more, see if I need to rock all 4 arterial flows, you know, just maybe think about other ways to improve it with the new Guilds Ravnica cards. So we'll see how it pans out. Oh, and one quick last thing, I'm gonna do the red sideboard because it's still just pretty laughable. But yeah, I've been seeing diamond mares in some sideboards, so I just thought, you know, I don't have a lot of diamond mares, but I got 3 fire urchins, so we'll see how that pans out against the mirror match. 1 tormenting voice. I don't know if that's, you know, I gotta swap that out, I think. 1 fight with fire for, you know, mono green maybe. Hijack I think would be also good against, you know, Galta decks. 4 fiery cannonades because, you know, I do have some pirates, but mainly against the token, crazy token stuff, which should be coming with, you know, Selesnya and everyone trying to do token shenanigans. Erratic Cyclops, I just think it's good against the mirror match potentially. Maybe not, I don't know. It's just a big, ginormous, chunky dude that they gotta deal with. 2 Cosmotronic Waves. If I do throw in this Erratic Cyclops, maybe I can, you know, try this out with, you know, it's a 4 mana sorcery, but you never know how it pans out. 1 Escapable Blaze, maybe against Control, just to any target. And 1 Memorial to War if I see Search for Escantas. So, pretty poor sideboard, but chances are I'm not even going to be playing mono red, so